Okay. I've been with my guy for about 3 years now, and he recently just proposed to me. He's quite traditional, and I'm the only child. How do I tell him that I would like to keep my last name as well as his, as I would like my family name to live on?
It's dumb.
I'm going to repeat it. Let me read it more fluently. I've been with my guy for about 3 years now, and he recently just proposed to me. He's quite traditional, and I'm the only child. How do I tell him that I would like to keep my last name as well as his, as I would like to my family name to live on?
It's not his choice.
Double barrel.
No, no double barrel.
But why?
No double barrel.
Why?
We don't do them things like that.
Oh, okay.
But why?
The simple thing is this, innit? Look, when you choose to go into a man's home, listen, you're taking my last name. There's no question. There's no questions involved. The reality, am I sharing it? Who's saying, listen, the reality is, a man, we're the providers. Yeah?
There's one challenge here, because she's the only child. You need to consider that.
That's not my problem.
No, you're right, it's not your problem.
Why didn't your dad get more kids?
You're right, you're absolutely right, it's not
You
your
told him to
problem.
stop. Listen, if your dad weren't doing his job, I'm doing my job. I'm carrying on my tradition.
But let's just make it very clear that when it comes to the chromosomes of the genders of the baby, it's you men's responsibility which sex comes out. You understand?
Listen, speak English.
It's down to you guys.
We don't honor the chromosome on the chromosome.
They don't understand chromosomes.
Whoa. Layman text is this. Yeah.
I'm gonna drop some science on you guys, yes? Since you don't want to talk about the certain names and the women can't handle. Listen, you men are the ones with the chromosome that decides if it's a boy or a girl. You are the ones that contain the X or the Y. Don't be looking at us when you want them boys and you be popping girls. Check yourself, man.
You're flying to Mars. I'm still on Earth. What I'm trying to say is this. Look, the reality is.
What aircraft did you use though?
Huh?
What aircraft did you use to get there?
The reality is, yeah, whether she's the only child, whether she's male, female, whatever, that's not my problem. My problem is I'm getting married to you. From my family home, I could be the only child. But the reality is, as a man in this common world...
Okay, well, lucky for you,
again?
you're a guy. What do you mean? Your name is not going
She's
anywhere.
saying she's going to keep her name and your name.
No.
So you're still carrying your tradition. I'm going to carry my last name and your name and everything. So therefore, it's double barrel.
Let me not call you babe because it's inappropriate. But what I'll say to you is this. Me and you're going to get married now, yeah? You're the last child, yeah? My name is powerful. There's no space for your name. There's no space for your name.
No, there's space.
There's no space.
There will always be space.
You know why there's no space? You know why there's no space? Because the reality is...
Both of our names can carry weight.
No, because my name is long enough. I don't need an extra extension.
We know that you own your own village. Okay, you're the chief of the village or by mark. Great. But the same way your name holds value and your name is powerful, so is the girl's. What, just because she's a single child, that means she has to drop her name? No, her name will also live on. Double barrel. I'm sure your name isn't the whole 26 letters of the alphabet. It will work. We can run it.
What, like, listen to what you're saying, Sylvia. Listen to what you're saying. Double barrel. That means, listen, my name is like a shotgun, one pump and it's done. Yours is, you get this to make one big explosion. That means on its own, they're weak. My name is as strong as it needs to be, Sylvia. So listen to this, baby girl. If you want that kind of stuff, look for somebody that's going to accept it. Real people don't have time for that.
You know what Mark is saying? Because when you were saying, my name's very powerful, first I was thinking that, but in the thing, it does say he's very traditional. And if you're very traditional, do you know what I mean? All of this that you're talking about double barrel.
Let me interject. This conversation is what I feel like is wrong with society right now, yeah? I think personally...
Oh, God.
No, literally. You know me, you know what I do out here. We have to break it down. We have to understand that compatibility is something that you need to consider when you're in a relationship with someone.
What we were saying before.
And I feel like this argument is a testament to the lack of compatibility that we have in society, because people don't consider these things early enough on. Then when you get to a stage where, like you're saying, the guy is now thinking to propose, and now we've got an issue on our hands where whose last name do we take? I don't necessarily agree with you. I agree with you that there's power in the name, but essentially...
Bro, I give life.
No, wait, let me land. Essentially what some of the girls have said...
I give life. Women...
Let me land. What some of the girls have said...
It's not about you in the marriage now.
I give life.
It's not about you in the marriage.
Wait, before the baby drops, the baby's in my nutsack.
My point hasn't even anywhere...
Yeah, go.
Women give life to... I don't think we give life. Women give life to...
Now everyone's talking. Are you not for real? Come on, man. We're just... I can't name nothing. Go. Do your thing.
This guy's crazy. He's very crazy. I feel like maybe, you know, too much protein shake. I don't know what's going on in his head because Mark seems to feel like he shits out babies. Women give life, my bro. That is it. The vagina, that's where it comes from.
There's power in the name. Whoever feels like the power comes from them, like you said, you might feel like it's you because you're the only child. But for me, essentially, you need to understand who you're with. If you're with a traditional guy, the question would then be, if you feel like a last name is something that you want to keep for yourself, why did you get into a situation where you're about to marry a traditional guy? Because essentially those two
Shouldn't
things
he
go...
ask himself these questions as well?
I'm about to... let me land. And that's what I mean. You seem like quite a forward, straightforward... By the question you just asked me, you seem like quite a straightforward person. If you're in a relationship with someone who's equally as powerful, whose name aims far, you got to understand that there's a clash there. You want something, they want something. Compatibility works when one person is less bothered about the question at hand than the other. I.e., if you're a strong traditional man, like you're saying, it's probably not a good idea to marry a woman from a traditional sense.
There has to be
who
one,
has strength
there has
in
to
her.
be one dominant.
Let me finish. Who has strength in their community as well, because they're going to feel like they want to bring that power into the relationship.
Right, cool.
So you should consider that before you get to a situation of marriage.
I do consider that, but the reality is, look, yeah, at the end of the day, a woman, like I said before, from a single home, yeah, or single child, right?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Only sibling.
Say again?
Only sibling.
Only
like
sibling.
child,
Like I
only
said,
child.
that is the only reason she's holding on to it. She's not holding on to it because, it holds some weight. She's only holding on to it for her dad.
That is the weight.
Huh? That's not weight.
That's something to her, though.
That's not weight.
Yeah.
That's not weight.
If that single child thing wasn't there, then she wouldn't be holding on. She would take the man's thing. So now that you have to add something into it, it just shows that exactly. It shows that because normally the guy will be the guy's last
Any
name.
thought, any choice is based on a circumstance. So it's because of her circumstance that this has come. So you can't say only because you're single child, only child. That's why you want to keep your name. But that's her situation. That's her circumstance. So
But if you erase the circumstance, then what would it be? To take his name.
Then she'll probably say, let me have your name.
has to be in her circumstance.
On a level playing field, when they both have siblings, she's taking his name. Now they have to add something to the
Don't
girl's
have a level
life.
playing field.
It's like you're basically...
That's just what I mean. If you had tits and you was a girl, you would take someone.
No, because
Yeah,
you're adding she's a single child.
You have
so
to
you're
add-
adding something to make her feel, make sure the name's more valuable.
All conversational issues are based on context. If you remove the context, the conversation doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
So, what do you mean exactly? You're making my point for me. Like, if you say if she wasn't the only child, then the basis of the conversation, you've now changed the whole
thing,
spectrum of
yeah.
the conversation.
No,
It doesn't
because
make any
I'm
sense to me.
saying with that context,
the question says,
it
wait.
changes everything. So normally it will be, normally everybody will agree with each other. Then now they have to add this context. Now she wants to take. Now she's thinking, no, I don't
the
take the
question
name.
said because she is the only child in her
But
family.
that's an
That is
excuse.
why it's not an
Exactly.
excuse. It's not an excuse. Because that's
Not an
that's
excuse.
like
Excuse not the right word, but it's
That's
like
okay,
it's a
right,
reason.
cool. Alright, answer me this. If it's an excuse, how is it that some men in happily working relationships are okay with having double barrel surnames?
That's their fucking
Exactly.
problem.
And the point that I'm making is it is contextual because, like you said, that's them. So for the girl, that's hurting.
It's more of a sentimental thing.
I hear that. Let me
Yeah?
know. I don't
It's more of a
agree.
sentimental thing. I believe in trendsetters and the pace setters. If I've asked you to be my wife, that means you're taking my name. Double barrel, double bracket, it doesn't happen in my world. It doesn't exist. You know why it doesn't exist? Because the reality is why we're trying to create a confusion. Why are you trying to mix something or trying to fix something that isn't broken? That is on you. Accept my proposal or just keep it pushing.
Me as a traditional man, I don't particularly agree in double barrel surnames. I feel that's let me just put that out there.
But why not though?
This is based on how I look at my life. I cannot speak for anybody else, but I believe in the creation of legacy. Like I live my life for legacy. I don't live for like
I like that one.
I don't live for this
in-
lifetime that I
that's
live.
interesting.
Because there's only so much you can achieve in this lifetime. And for me, the thing that's gonna make me happy when I feel like I go on my deathbed or whatever is knowing that I've built a life for my children and they have something to continue on and build upon and say, my father created this. Therefore, I am not the kind of person who wants to be sharing a last name with somebody. That's my personal preference. Therefore, I don't think I'd ever be in a situation where I'm with someone and it's like, oh, like, let's go splits. that's something you should know about me before you get to know me.
Double Dutch, yeah?
That's who I am, kind of thing. And that's why I said to you, it's a question of compatibility, because if you know that that's the kind of man that I am, and I've expressed that to you from early, you should be well aware that when it comes to a conversation about marriage, my answer is going to be no.
Premature uncle and aunties. You guys screaming legacy, but what are you doing? Again, listen, I'm not anyone to say working in Tesco's or working a 9 to 5 is bad. But my thing is that if you are working in a position where you know right now no one's going to know your name, what are you screaming legacy for? Yeah, you have to work hard for these things. It's not just a given. Do you know what I'm saying? So when people are speaking, I need people to like think, keyword think for today. This is today's keyword, think.
This is about names, yeah, and if we're going to add it on and blah, blah, blah. Now, let's delve into it a little bit deeper. These people are really in love, yeah? So I'm putting it to you guys now, because we're talking about it a bit flimsy. This is a gal you love, and I know you, man, when you decide to love, you love hard. Yeah. The only issue between you and your almost wife...
Ghanaians, they love her too much, bruv.
The only difference between you and your almost wife now is this whole double barrel name. Talk to me really. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna lay it down and say, all right, babe, let's do it? What are you really gonna do?
Let's put it to
you. Yeah, on the flip side.
But you know what? I have thought about it, but that's just only because if I thought the man I'm with has a butter's name, I wanted to add my one in the end or in the beginning.
So we're doing designer
I was young then.
now.
I was so young then, but I used to think
We're doing
about
designer
it.
relationship.
I used to think because I knew I couldn't control who I fell in love with. But I knew I could fall in love with anyone. But if I hear a name I'm not digging, put my name on the end. As for me, I'm not too bothered about the name thing. Like I said, when I was younger, all I used to say was I don't want no man with no ugly name. And I'm not talking, people might straight away think I'm thinking of some African name or something like that. I don't mind that. That's nothing. That's what I'm African, innit? Obviously, that ain't a problem. But I'm just saying some names you just can't run with. Like, some people are called Prick, Dick, all them stuff. Like, I can't... Unless he's totally worth it, fine. But other than that, I can't ride with them kind of names.
To be honest, I'm a bit two ways with this. Part of me is saying, no, you have my last name. That's the cultural side of me. But then the whole other side of me is saying, I love you, you have a good point, so we can share both names.
This is like marriage is trivial because you said you're in love, right? And it takes just that to break the whole relationship.
Yeah. But this is why I'm putting the question
marriage
out.
To me is dumb.
Exactly.
You know
Okay, thank you.
We don't. People get married.
Where you from?
I'm Jamaican, bro.
Makes sense though.
No, don't say that. It does. No, he's right. It's a culture. No, we have to. The culture, yeah, literally defines a lot of what we do in this like day and age. A lot. I feel like I say as a Jamaican, we do get married. No, we do. But like I'm second generation, innit? Like
we do.
Open your mouth. Let him know that you have some concerns. People need to stop fucking each other if you're not comfortable. Stop it. Come down, let's change our name together because Bun my dad, innit? He's shit. So I'd rather change my name as well, to be fair. Yeah, what I figured out, people get married for others more than themselves.
Yes.
That's what I believe. And it's money spent. Listen, I got uncles and aunties, yeah, that they got married after 10. Should I say this on?
Yeah, you should.
After 10 years, yeah, for me personally, I already thought they was married because I grew up knowing they was together, right? So when they got married and I was like, raw, like, this is mad. But they spent so much money for others and it's like you're putting yourself in a mad position when you guys was already married and they did it because everyone was thinking they're married and they thought a certain way.
So they were married in...
Like you had a union that everyone thought before that, do you know what I'm saying? You had to show no ring, nothing because people was like, these two are together. Right. So it's like, it's just dumb, do you know what I'm saying?
It's a status thing, I feel like. Because especially in traditional homes, like traditionally, like if you're the powerful one in that setting, say for example the man is the powerful one, his name, and because in a lot of cultures they do this, the man's name is what holds the respect of the household within the community.
So that with chest,
but like I feel like for people who don't identify with that traditional setting, double barrel names are cool. Like, but for me, for example, like my mum's married to got married like 8 years ago, and she has like a long ass name already. But like I think her name's long. Her name's long. But I think that like me personally, I would be okay with having a double barreled like surname because for me, like when I am in love.
So who's in charge in that situation then?
Well, for me, it's a completely different.
No one needs to be in charge though. No one needs to be in charge.
A man is the head. Listen, a man is the head. A woman is the neck. It's that simple.
Yeah, because we're putting the fact that they're in love.
Let her finish. Let her learn.
Even if there's a love, there's a leader.
No. When you're in love, yeah, it's equal playing field. I'm saying, you haven't been in love. You haven't been in love, bro. That's why.
I'll come back to you in a second.
Been in love.
There's a leader because if you're in the same situation now, You're in the same situation now, say, oh, but because you want to do everything equal, innit? Equal. Hold on! You want to do
Equal doesn't mean you pay for everything half, you know? It means
Let her land, innit? Fuck! Let her land! Fuck!
Listen, Mark's my guy. I like Mark. Mark is cool. But I feel like, when someone speaks and they don't actually hear themselves, he sounds hurt a lot of the time. He sounds like he's been through a lot. Like, I don't know what you females are doing to him. Don't see him for his muscles, see him for himself. He's a teddy bear. You need to be soft with him because now he's coming on here on BKCHAT. And I'm right, you're wrong. And you know what I'm saying? So he's choosing the trash girls, which is making him a trash person. And I told you again, everyone's trash. Self-love, people, self-love.
I have to look at this at a completely different perspective altogether because I identify as a trans man, and for me, because I'm not like fully transitioned yet, I have to like exert my masculinity in a completely different way, and for me, it's just a case of like.
How is that out of curiosity? What do you mean exerting in a different way?
In a different way because of the fact that I don't have like the physical masculine thing. So for me, I prefer to have like equalness within my relationship, but
what the fuck?
when I say equal, yeah, I don't mean pay for half
what?
and ever. I mean,
what the fuck? Hold on. What the fuck? What?
Mark, go on. What the fuck? What?
No, I'm confused, but no, continue.
Look, wait, what are you confused about?
No, I'm confused, but I just said out loud, didn't it? So finish. No.
You just want to identify what she's saying.
Yeah. I'm trying to understand. Yeah.
Oh.
You know, when you answer a question and then someone actually doesn't listen to the answer to the question, it really makes you think, did you actually skip your GCSE exams? Like, what is going on? I just answered your question. What the fuck? What do you mean? Next.
Who's traditional here? Go, you're traditional. Is anyone else traditional?
I'm very traditional.
I'm born in England, bro. Even though my mum and dad are born in Jamaica, I can't be born here.
The head can't move without the permission of the neck. So you're still gonna need the neck to move.
Let me tell you something. Listen. She said she don't mind. He said. Can I wait? Just because I don't want to get shot, is it she or he?
It is he, and I'm not gonna lie. I've been saying it here.
How would you like to
Explain it.
Pause the conversation. Quick update. Pronouns are he, him, not she, not her, just he,
Hello,
him.
baby.
My name's
How would you like to
Terrell.
be addressed?
It's not a disrespectful
If you let
way.
me talk, then you will know. My pronouns are he, him.
Alright, cool.
Conversation can continue.
Him,
Proceed. I will say it again, and I'll keep saying it until it gets into people's heads. I don't understand, like, who's she? Like, I don't know her. Who's she? Like, I don't know, bitch. But I know him. I know he. I know that's a fact. Get it together.
Look, I'm not part of the LGBT community, but I stand for what Terrell's trying to do. I stand for him, and he's got to let them know, call me by my name, and address me the way that I want to be addressed.
He's saying he wants a joint situation, yeah? That's what
Yeah,
you
no,
don't
I
mind.
prefer to have that
So
equality.
who's the leader?
So are you telling me you're giving out your surname based on owning the relationship?
That's him.
That's controlling, bro. That's controlling.
So what does that say about you in a relationship?
I'm traditional. I didn't say I was owning them, man.
Mark's been chatting shit, like he's been doing this traditional talk for a minute now. Let's be honest, man's been born and bred here, okay? His whole family's been born and bred here, okay? So all this traditional talk, he's probably not even been Nigeria.
Okay, let's say for instance, you've got a daughter, yeah, and the man that she wants to marry is like, boom, you can't keep your dad's last name. After all the legacy you done did for your kids, would you not be pissed that your daughter would not carry on your name?
Because do you know what? This is what people need to understand. Yeah, tradition is a set of guidelines. I won't call it rules. It's a set of guidelines that you grow by.
That you should
in
follow.
our tradition, we know
That you should follow.
When your daughter marries.
Listen, don't derail my point. Yeah,
No, that you should follow, Abi.
Okay, fine. So it's a set of guidelines that you should follow. Yeah, let me continue with the point. We know that things are a certain way. Yeah, it's like saying, oh, like in that sense, shouldn't I be pissed that lots of pressures upon me because I'm a man? Like, no, because in my tradition, that is what you're meant to be doing. So therefore, the legacy that I've built, if my daughter and her husband have both agreed that they want to share last names, that is entirely fine and that's up to them. But if my daughter comes on and says, oh, do you know what?
He doesn't want to.
He wants his last name and I don't know what to do about it. I'm going to ask her, how strongly do you feel about this situation? If you don't feel that strongly about it and he does, you should probably take his last name.
Can I I haven't spoken! Can I speak, please?
No, you can't speak if you're shy like that.
Nanny.
Okay.
That was not necessary.
You know you got a microphone, you know.
No, it's fine.
Okay, I can actually see the male perspective because if I met a guy and he told me that he let his woman keep his name, I would think he's a bitch. I'm being honest.
What?
Yeah, but your mindset is a bit to the other side. Honestly, it's social media.
It's just my opinion. I would think she wears the trousers in the relationship.
That
She calls
makes
the
him a
shots.
bitch.
So yeah, he's the bitch.
How's he a bitch?
That's how I would see it.
You need to get out. You need to get out.
I personally believe if a woman double barrels her name and the man actually is cool with it, I'm not gonna lie to you, I think he's a bit of a bitch, and I think what he needs is this. Balls! He needs balls! Because he's not a real man, he's a pussy.
Listen, you see, go back to Gogo's point, yeah, I get the tradition we think talk about, but in reality, we ourselves in this room don't really live in tradition.
That's what I was going to say. We're not that traditional.
Because we're born, when we live
I live
here,
in tradition, you know.
you can't do everything your tradition said. You live in London, you can't. No, you're
And
lying.
that comes from a non-traditionalist person's household. Yeah, go on. Us.
A bit similar to what we're talking about now, yeah. So let's say like, and I'm in a situation. This is my mum's situation, yeah. Deuce's mum. But yeah, let's say you've gotten married, but you've gotten married back home. You've done the traditional wedding, yeah. She's done everything the way you need to, take in your last name. Yeah. Traditional wedding. You have everything. The child has got your surname. You guys have now come back to the UK. Obviously,
That's
things
not
are a bit
legit
different.
then.
I haven't even finished. Things obviously based on it might be better circumstances. You have kept your last name, but he obviously has got his surname. The child has still got the surname, but based on making things better in the UK because things are different back home, you've kept your last name. Would you now still have a problem with that? And Mark, I'm going to ask that question.
I think Mark would more have a problem than me because for me, I understand that.
But
I know quite a few people in that. Hold on. Because I know quite a few people in that situation. Like I said to you, mine essentially is based on legacy. Like I said, yeah. So if the kid's got my last name and then my wife decides for better circumstances, like you just explained, that
But as long
she
as
wants
your
to keep
surname
it,
is running through the family,
that's my thing, innit? You get what I'm trying to say? Like, if she wants to do that, and also not even just that, in the we're all in the media industry. There is a lot of people who come up in entertainment or whatever they do who prefer to keep their last name for brand's sake. But their children, like you said, still have the baby father or the husband's last name. That's perfectly fine if it's something that benefits us as a family or whatever. Yeah. But in essence, if it's a conversation like the question asked about a double-barreled surname or one person saying, nah, you're gonna take mine, then that's a completely different conversation because it's not something that's prevalent in my culture and it's not something that I'm used to or something that I agree with. Why I'm saying to you is from a non-traditional places. You don't seem like someone who's grown up in that kind of setting. So for you, it just doesn't make sense. In the same way it's important to take someone's last. Why are you screwing your face? It's not offensive, thing. It's just the truth.
Just listening.
It's the truth.
It sounds pretty offensive.
You haven't grown up in a setting where it's the norm, it's the social norm. To be like, yeah, this like the woman takes the man's last name. Like that's not the norm.
No, I mean, everyone that I know it's normal. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying growing up, obviously I live in England, do you know what I mean? I've travelled or whatever. And for me to understand marriage and the whole concept of everything, I'm like, I can see stuff is trivial. Do you know what I mean? Like this doesn't matter.
And I'm saying you can say that. You can say that because you feel like you live in England. But like
people get married and do 2 weddings. That's dumb. Do you know what I mean? Because I have to happy for my mum. Happy for my dad.
That's the people you're talking about, bro.
Why is it dumb? Why is it dumb?
No, I'm talking about dual traditions. I'm not talking about one tradition. I'm talking about we have 2 different countries come together.
Why is that dumb?
And make my mum happy here, make my dad happy.
It's respectful.
But what's wrong with that?
No, because reality, people don't want to do that. Most people don't want to do that. Because are you forking out the money for them?
Yeah, but who told you that?
There's recently what
Okay,
they were saying.
Have you ever experienced it? Because you're speaking like as if you're experienced.
No, what I'm saying is, listen. I know people that you have a Jamaican revert and you have like a girl's Muslim or whatever, vice versa,
standard.
yeah. And some family members won't come from the other side because I'm not doing this, and I'm not doing this, and that's just what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that's sad, bro.
Let's be honest. Having to do 2 separate celebrations just to fit, tradition and that is a bit long. This is where, at the end of the day, we're joining together as a couple. We're merging up the difference. And so the guests and the way of life also need to be merged. It's cool, all right, I'm not anti 2 parties. Obviously, we like enjoyment. But for what it takes, the hassle, the money, the this, the that, merge. You're merging in love, merge as a family and friends. Do one big thing, boom, find a way and be happy. And at the end of the day, more time, all the money you're splashing is just the guests are gonna come, eat, drink, go home, shit it out. You and your man are left there. You get me? It's long. Me, I want to do something small, something cute. If my man's happy with that. If he's not and you want to do something big, I know that he's got it like that, so we can do it like that. That's cool.
All right, let me explain to you from an African traditional point of view. If you marry another culture, another African culture, and you do 2 weddings, let me tell you now, my brother, it is fucking lit. So if you think nobody in the wedding, nobody in the wedding is sitting there thinking, oh, this is long. Everybody in there is sitting there thinking, this is fucking lit.
Yeah, but that's the guest though coming to eat. We're talking about the couple and what they have to do. Some enjoy it, some don't. Some are doing it because tradition.
Wait, hold on. I understand that, but what I am saying is that for me that is a blanket brush statement because generally speaking, most I'm talking as an African. Most African traditional weddings, both the couple, in fact, it's the couple that want you to come and enjoy for them. Both the couple and the congregation. We've been to quite a few this year that have banged. And they have banged because everybody is enjoying it. It's not I think people want to.
It's not a competition thing.
Maybe not everyone, but
it's not a show off thing.
I think there is this stigma or misunderstanding or miscommunication that people do it because they don't really want to. And yeah, we understand weddings are expensive and that, but if you choose to, you feel like you have the money to, you feel like you want to enjoy it.
But
that's your perception.
My point of view wasn't about like African culture. I'm talking about 2 different cultures coming together and then like
do 2 different weddings.
Yeah, because
but that's tradition. It's respectful. It's respectful of both people's parts.
Wait, the same way you can respect both people's parts, why can you not then take both people's surnames?
Muslims and Christians, are 2 different religions, you understand? They cannot celebrate weddings the way they do things. It's not going to work like that. Even if they don't want to do it, they have to do it.
Oh, Yasmin, why not? Why not? Why can't it?
Have you seen it?
You've seen Muslims go to a church and do it the Muslim way. I've seen them go to a church and maybe support. I'm trying to
pay respects to both homies.
Now we are talking about a real life scenario. There's 5 of you here. How important is it for you? Because let's not do ifs and buts. To keep your name versus your husband saying, "I want my name." How important
not
really
important
is that?
at all.
Not important at all.
I'd rather have my man's name. You feel like what thing in it? Yeah.
So I'm good. I don't need to carry.
I don't live by tradition, but in a way, I guess I do. However I live, that's my tradition. So there's certain things I'm going to accept, certain things I won't. So when it comes to it, I am going to preach tradition in my own right, in my own way. But if we're talking about the typical thing, how our parents think and all that, a little bit of it. I guess the parts that I like and the part that I don't like, I discard.
If my guy was to propose to me, I would take his name.
Even if you're the last child.
But I'm not the last child. I've got 2 older sisters. So
okay, let's put yourself in that situation.
And not just that, I've got a son who's got my family's name, like the current name, like my surname. My son has that surname. So I ain't got to worry about a legacy carrying on because he is that legacy.
Well, when you put it like that, that's a bit different.
That's because you have a son, though.
That's because you have a son.
But the topic is about a daughter.
I still had a son.
Yeah, but you have a son. You have a son. The topic is about if it's a daughter, if it's a lady. So how do you feel in that sense?
If my daughters were gonna get married, I'll let them take someone else's name because they've got a hell of a name in there that's connected to their father's side of the family. You understand? They've got 4 extra names in the middle before the surname, so I don't need to worry because that's all generational.
There's no boys in my family, so basically, if we all get married, my family name is dead. And to be honest, I probably won't get married, so I'll continue the legacy.
Why you don't want to get married?
I just think men are cunts. Men
No,
are
no,
pricks.
she's right.
So men are pricks.
But not all men are pricks.
Okay, not yours, babes. Not yours, babes.
Men are trash, innit?
Men are trash.
Such a stupid statement.
We've all gone through certain experiences in life where men have treated us like dogs.
You can't just brandish and say men are trash. The men that you have dealt with might have been trash, but you can't say
Listen,
that.
when it comes to you getting married in the future, right now, yeah,
I'm not getting married.
You are getting married. I'm going to be at your wedding.
Nah, fam.
No, do you know why I say that? Because you want to grow old with someone.
Wait, you say niggas ain't shit, but if you want that wants a nigga, do you
I don't want anyone. I don't want any.
Do you know about China's one-child policy? Do you know that? Do you know about it? Do you not understand yet?
They've relaxed that now, by the way. Huh? They've relaxed that.
Oh, okay.
You have now because none of the guys have girls.
No, I know they relaxed it. But you understand, yeah, that the whole concept of marriage has kind of destroyed the whole country. Do you understand?
Wait, say that again. The what of a marriage?
The whole concept of marriage has destroyed the whole country.
Okay, how?
When I was growing up in school.
You're talking about China, yeah?
China, yeah.
Okay.
So one-child policy,
okay.
like you only have one child, right? Because there's too much people in the country, right? So a lot of people were having boys, because boys can carry your name.
Oh, so what happened with the other children?
Listen, if you know you're pregnant with a girl, you're aborting that girl. Girl's gone.
Educate me, talk to me.
I think it was a couple years, maybe 3-4 years ago now. They've now lifted it because there's too many boys and there's no girls.
No one to joke.
And listen, what the parents was doing.
That's lit for the girls. That is lit for the girls. Imagine how much money you can.
Listen. What the parents was doing.
See your life. That's what I'm talking about. See your life. How much dick you can get?
That's because you lot do it.
Do what?
Imagine being in a country where there's just bare man and no girls. You have all these men fighting over you.
That's what you like, innit? You like that, innit?
Go on.
You just like bare guys around you, innit?
It's money.
Bare sausage. You must have the sausage.
Fuck off.
The parents wanted, obviously, the money and legacy, like it's saying, to carry on within the family. And obviously, now, by doing this now, the parents have realized that they're giving all their money to their sons to now bait these women, which now has changed the whole concept.
To beg the women?
No, yeah, obviously.
Oh, because they
give them money and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the whole point was to save money in the family and make our family rich. And now I'm realizing I'm giving you, my son, all my money to now get these women. And then that's what...
All right, do you know what you've described there? If I'm not mistaken, is basically the African culture. You have to put down a dowry to marry a woman.
No, before it wasn't like that. They were saying, cool, you're the guy, you're going to keep the money in the family because it carried on with your name.
Yeah, they wanted to have
But
sons.
now there's no girls now. They're giving their sons all their money to give to the women. But it wasn't like that before. No, you wouldn't do that before.
That's African tradition.
No, but you wouldn't. No, but they weren't giving money to the women before.
No, what they were doing, they were paying the family that's collecting the daughter. That's what they used to do.
You said why does it matter? At some point ago, why can't you just share the names? Yeah. This is just a personal question to you. Why does it matter to you? Why does the duality matter to you?
Because the same way you would like to keep your
Forget me. Tell me why it matters to you.
For me, I want to continue my legacy. Yeah. So I've changed my name. Yeah. Okay. So the name that I have now has to continue.
Well, you changed your name. In what sense?
My surname.
Married.
It's not the same surname that I had.
You took back your mum's. Wait, that's important. Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
Are you doing something?
Well, this is interesting. Can we hear this?
I didn't want to be attached to a surname of a linear of negativity.
Wow.
So I've taken myself out of that.
Is that for personal reasons or?
That's a personal reason. That's a personal reason.
Is it like more like why? Like George? What is it? I'm just asking. No, I want to know.
Why, man? We don't care about the semantics.
My name is Sylvia K. Sylvia K. That's my name.
Sylvia K. No, but I want to know what was the purpose that motivated you to pay that £50?
I would have loved to take on a Congolese name, but there's certain reasons why I didn't do
Congolese.
so. I'm Congolese, yeah,
Makes
through and
sense,
through.
yeah.
What do you mean? It makes sense.
Wait, what's Brazzaville or Dr. Congo?
DRC. One thing that people need to understand when it comes to names, you don't want to just carry any name. There's a reason why she wants to hold her name. I've changed my name because I wasn't always Sylvia K. I was always Sylvia, just not the K. And I done that because you don't know what type of spiritual connotations your name might hold. You don't know what your forefathers have done to carry that name. It's generational. You're going to pass that on. And that could be down to the people. That could be spiritual. That can just be something that your family does. Oh, my family just does this. No, you wouldn't give your child the name Ferrari because, Ferrari's a dumb name.
Like I said before, you said legacy, you're right, yeah? But a lot of people keep talking about they want to keep their name for legacy, but are we all doing something?
But no, that's what I'm going to say. Legacy ain't in your name. Well, it is. Wait, hold on. Legacy,
legacy is my child.
I was just about to say legacy ain't in your name, but it's in your name. Because if you've got a bad name, your reputation is, do you know what I'm saying? But legacy's really...
I'll have to keep my name because my sisters won't. My sisters won't keep our name, so I'll have to do it.
Wait, hold on. You just changed. You just said you wouldn't keep it, and now you're saying you would.
So I have to marry a bitch.
Wait, one second. Do you know why that's annoying? Do you know why that's annoying?
Wait. Can she repeat what she just said?
Well, let her repeat it.
Repeat what you just said.
Obviously, my sister. I know my sisters. They will take the name of their partner when they get married. So I feel like I'm the only person who will keep my name.
You changed this script.
No, that's not what you want.
She know what she wants. She know what she wants.
I think it's a bitch move still on the man's part, but I said I have to marry a bitch.
You're gonna marry a bitch?
I'll marry a bitch.
That's annoying. Let me tell you why it's annoying. Let me tell you what's annoying.
Why is it annoying?
Get that kind of mentality. You think about them type of things. It's gonna make a problem for you in the future, man.
I'm not getting married. I'm not getting married. So it doesn't matter. I'm not getting. It's hypothetical. I'm not getting married. I'm not getting married.
You want your man to be a bitch.
I don't want my man to be a bitch.
No, you just said that.
I never said I want him. I don't want my man to be a bitch. I said.
But if he takes your name, he's a bitch.
No, I said I feel like a man that does that is a bitch, yeah? And because I haven't got a choice, in my family we're all girls, I feel like I would have to take that on board. So no alpha male is gonna allow me to keep my name. So then I have to marry a bitch. Listen, why am I lying? I'm not lying. I'm not getting married.
Let me tell you why she's lying.
Why am I lying?
If you give Tolani a good, sound, strong African man now today who looks after her, wallahi, that name will go. The name will go. The name will go. But that's not the point.
All these clothes she's wearing.
Hey, what I'm trying to say, just quickly.
How many times have you been to Dubai? How many times have you been to Dubai?
No, don't start that.
She even wears a
Ask me a question. I said, how many times has she been to Dubai?
Who said that?
It is a question. What's this? Are you a wrestler, bro? What's this? Are you a wrestler? Nah, man.
Why? I didn't know we was in the Olympics. Like, every time you must jump. What are you jumping for? Can you climb back up and take your seat, please? We didn't ask for your gymnastic show. Thank you.
I've been to Dubai to do what? I've been to Dubai to do what? Stop trying to make me look like I'm a hoe. Stop trying to make me look like I'm a hoe. I've been to Dubai to do what? I've been to Dubai to do what? When I went to Dubai, I bought the ticket myself.
Did I say anything?
You're a prick.
Did
You're
I?
a prick. You're a prick. Listen to him. What's he saying that?
Did I
Why are you saying that?
say
Because I'm
anything?
sexy. What? Because I'm sexy. I've been to Dubai to do what?
Baby. No, but it's true. Wale,
to do what?
I'm
I've been to Dubai to do what? Answer the question.
Listen, I don't know why this Rikishi is coming running at me, yeah? Like, fam, relax. It's a simple question. I don't know how it triggered you, why it triggered you. I don't know what you're doing in Dubai. I don't know what Arab is putting on your face. Ask a simple question. How many times have you been to Dubai? If you've been once, cool. If Uncle flew you out twice, cool.
The minute Wale said Dubai, I thought about shit. Because that's what everybody thinks about. When you go to Dubai to meet these Arab uncles, you get shitted on. So I thought, are you trying to say that I went to Dubai to get shitted on? Is that what you're saying? Don't do that. Don't make everyone think that I went to Dubai to get shitted on and I'm one of these prostitutes. Thank you very much, because I'm not.
Wale, I just want to ask you, jokes aside, I'm being cool, I'm not shy, I just want to know, in the midst of all of that, why did you even ask that question?
It's disrespectful.
I can't remember why. I can't lie. I can't remember. Everyone was shy.
I just want to know.
But it has a relevancy.
What was the relevancy of it?
I forgot it was. All this shit I made me forget. I can't lie.
Honestly, that caught me off guard. Oh, Charlie, I had to grab her. I didn't know if she was going to throw a bottle, a shoe, a hairdryer, a plate, a pan. We don't know in this situation, understand? Bottles got thrown last time. Ha. Lani, Habibi, reel it in.
You're trying to shade me! You're trying to shade me!
Relax, man. I can't picture my.
Everyone knows what it means when you go to Dubai!
I don't know what it means.
It means that you used to fuck uncles. You're better than that. And you get shit on. The girls go to Dubai to get shit on. So what does that mean?
Wale,
I'm telling you, listen.
Wale,
Let me tell you.
You know what, I'm not gonna lie. You know why you fucked up?
Wow.
You know why you fucked up? Watch this. Oh yeah,
Let me tell you.
deliver.
Gogo said that you like a strong African guy that will bring you. You know what I mean? You know we're talking about the strong. No, you're talking about the strong ones. Basically, we're talking about the sugar daddies, the strong ones, the money. Yeah. And I'm saying, boom. If he's saying that about you, how many times have you been to Dubai? If you like that shit, how many times have you been to Dubai?
You're lying. You're lying. You're trying to shade me. You were trying to shade. Both of you were trying to shade me, including Mark.
I go Sele. Yeah? If you marry a real man like me, all this you're wearing, you'll be wearing satana.
It's
you won't
a
be wearing
lie,
this.
because I'll be doing all of this in front of you. It's a lie, guaranteed. Don't tell me. Let me tell you this now, I'm a big 26-year-old woman, Any guy that's got this.
But you know what's so mad? It wasn't even about you.
waiting to do that, boy.
It wasn't about you.
Waiting to
No, but you were talking.
You've been waiting to shake your bum. Oh yeah, shake.
I've been back, yes.
You take debit card. You take debit card.
I'll do it again.
You got cash. You got cash. You got cash.
I'll do it again. Guys, listen, if you throw money at me, you're not getting it back. Let me say that now.
I bring my credit card. I'll swipe. What do you mean?
Well, you know, I thought certain people were directing their energy to me, you know? So I just had to let them know, okay, what that ass can do. And that was just what, a couple seconds? Give me a minute, even an hour.
Cheap meats. Like, why? Just polluting the air with nonsense. Nah, I'm alright.
Wait, let's bring it back here. This is what I want to say here. This is why
Too much.
before this descended into anarchy, yeah, what I was going to say about name keeping, for name keeping's sake, yeah, the reason I said legacy is because it's for my children to continue. The reason it's not just a name thing for me is because this is what we don't take into consideration.
Wait, how's you gonna come like Bodo?
I don't get it, bro.
So your daughter could keep your last name, yeah, for legacy's sake, or for namesake, like you said, and what you don't consider is your daughter might then have a daughter who takes someone else's.
Anyway, you can't control that.
So essentially, the reason I said this is for my children is even if I end up not having no sons or whatever, I know that the next generation after me has something to stand by. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So you have to consider how far that lineage goes, because everyone's thinking about their child's next move. What about your child's child? Your legacy might, your last name, hold on, your last name might not have come from the same lineage. Somebody might have married out of the family
and switched it
and
all
it was
up.
somebody else's. So you have to consider that. That's the thing.
But, you know, scrapping all that, what are names? Okay, we're going to have a child. If she's a girl, you get me, within how many years, that surname's gone anyway. Do you know how many times your surname changes along a lineage? Like, there's no point having a relationship discord over that.